Hi there, welcome to day 5. That's a 10, but day 5. I'm really glad that you're sticking with me, that you are taking time for yourself every single day to move and to breathe and to be present. A really good way to start your new year. And for today, what we'll need a block and a blanket, just like we did yesterday. If you don't have a block, for this practice, you'll be able to use a Tupperware box or a hardback book, something that it's not too heavy, but you can use it for the practice in this way. Or a rolled up blanket actually as well. So that's why the blanket comes in handy here. And then we're going to set up by, first of all, closing your eyes. And we'll just take a few moments to tune in to kind of everything that's going on in our morning or our day, depending on when you decide to do this practice. And start to slowly bring an awareness to the breathing, to feel the expansion of the ribs, expansion of the abdomen, to allow the natural flow of breath to come in. And then on the exhale, feel this drawing in, this surrendering in. And the intention for today is to stay present. And staying present with compassion. So often when we feel and hit points of struggle, it can be really easy to shut down and to disconnect completely. And for the intention today, it's all about really staying present, to listen in, to be with your experience. And being compassionate is all about experiencing your emotions, experiencing how you feel with a compassionate lens. So you're not judging yourself or feeling angry with yourself, but you're being compassionate and tender towards just what is coming up for you. And to allow us to really tune into our heart, we're going to work with a breath called Brahmari breathing. So let's change the cross of our legs so we don't stay in the one position for too long. And then the Brahmari breathing is where you place one or two hands on your heart. The Brahmari breath goes like this. You'll inhale fully and then exhale, make a buzzing sound through your nose on the exhale. It sounds something like this. We'll do 3 rounds together. The Brahmari breathing can be in any tone you like, but the heart tone is normally like a slightly higher tone. So if your lowest tone was like a really deep, kind of resonant, sort of buzzing breath, then the heart tone would be somewhere in between that and your top pitch. So start by placing 1 or 2 hands on your heart. Close your eyes back down again. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, buzzing through your nose. 2 more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, buzz. Inhale back through your nose. Exhale to buzz. Release your hand. Let the eyes close for a moment. Feel the buzzing tone move through you. This breath is great for calming our nervous system. It's also a good way to promote more immunity. So we release nitric oxide through our nose when we buzz and hum. On your inhale, open your eyes. We're going to move into a seated position, which is called knee pile. For this posture, you're going to straighten your legs out. And then you're going to take your right leg on top. Left leg will stay straight for today. We'll work with one round of shoulder shrugs and then we'll come into a side bend. So bring your arms by your side so they're relaxed. And if you feel that you need a little bit of height here, grab an extra cushion to sit on. Let the arms hang down. Inhale. And then lift your shoulders towards your ears and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Allow the arms to be soft and exhale, send the shoulders down your back. Inhale, let the shoulder blades expand and separate apart. And then draw the middle part of the shoulder blades together. And exhale, send the shoulder blades down. Inhale, separate the shoulders, bend the elbows. And then exhale, squeeze the low tips of shoulder blades together and send them down. Release your arms, bring your left hand onto the floor, roughly 10 inches from the hip. And then you're going to take your right arm out. So your right arm is about shoulder height, and then reach the arm back. So we're opening into our chest here. Let your left ear move towards the direction of your left shoulder as you open the right side of your chest. Feel that space growing through the armpit, going through the side of the waist. And know if there's any compression in lower back, you just need to lift a little higher up. So you want to stay nice and tall here, not collapsing. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, reaching that arm back, open the chest. Really good when we sit at a desk a lot. Our shoulders get tight and our chest gets tight. So opening this area out. On the inhale, use your right arm to bring you back up, and then use your left hand to bring your head up, just since your neck's been nice and relaxed there. Straighten your right leg out, take your left leg on top of the right. It's a good stretch for those hips that can get tight while sitting too. A second set of our shrugs for our shoulders to bring more mobility and awareness into the shoulders. And you inhale, lift your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulders together, and then draw your shoulders down the back. Inhale, separate your shoulders, squeeze them together, and then exhale, draw them all the way down the back. Inhale, separate shoulders, bend the elbows this time and draw the shoulder blades together. Draw the elbows together and then move the shoulders down the back, keeping the neck really long. Bring your right hand to the floor, left arm up at chest height, and then exhale, reach your arm back as you open the chest and allowing that right ear to soften down towards the shoulder. Stay present to all that you feel in your neck and your shoulder. A part of staying present or learning to be present with what comes up is a useful tool, because when we act from a place of unawareness, where we're not aware of how we feel, we can tend to maybe snap at people, we get frustrated. But when we have compassion and awareness for how we're feeling, we're more likely to respond in a different way. Or if we do snap at someone, we're quick to recognize why and maybe even apologize. On the inhale, let's come all the way up. Use your right hand to let your head come up. And then we'll come down to lay on our back. You won't need your cushion now, but you will need your block. If you don't have a block, for this you're using a hardback book or a Tupperware box. And this will work for what we do as we go on. So lay down. We've done this one already, so a nice repetition to get familiarity and awareness with certain moves. Bring your hands onto the block and your elbows are in line with your wrist. So if you look at your elbows, they will be lined up with your wrist. Have your elbows bent at 90 degrees. Take a long breath in, a smooth breath in, and then exhale, take your arms overhead. So you can tap your fingers maybe off of the floor, maybe they don't touch. And feel your front of your rib cage drawing down towards your pelvis. Inhale, bring your arms back up. And then exhale to bring arms overhead, contracting lightly at the abdominals. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, take arms overhead. Inhale, bring it up. From here, we're going to add on the legs. If the arms was enough, keep with the arms. Bring the feet up. Inhale. Exhale, just tap your left heel off the mat. Take the arms above the head. Inhale, bring the leg up. Exhale, switch, tap the right heel off the ground. Take arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, tap the left ankle, heel off the mat. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, tap the right. Inhale, bring it back up. Place your feet on the mat. And then take your block and place it between your legs, midway down your thighs. We're going to work with our bridge pose, and we're going to squeeze the block to generate some warmth in the inner thighs and the glute muscles. These muscles get a little bit sleepy when we sit down in a lot of our days. So this is a great way to really turn these muscles on to support our lower back and support our posture and everything else like walking. So grounding down through your legs, and then inhale, lift the lower and the mid and the upper back off the floor. You're going to squeeze that block gently between the legs. If there's any compression or sensitivity in the lower back, bring your hips down a little. Continue to squeeze your block. Let your breath be smooth and long. And try not to force the breath at all. So the breath is as long as you can make it comfortably and as long as you can make it on the exhale comfortably. Let's do 2 more breaths here to really feel our legs. Exhale, allow your upper back and then your middle back and then your lower back to slowly move to the ground. Take your block out from between your legs and then come onto your right hand side. Use your hands to help lift you up. Let's come into tabletop. So we're working with lunges today to really warm through the thighs. We'll start with some cat-cow to begin with, just to mobilize through the spine. So have your wrists under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then inhale, allow your chest to lengthen forward, let the sit bones rise. Exhale, belly draws in. Round through the back body. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come forward into tabletop and then step your left foot forward. You may need your block again here, so just have it next to you. As you inhale, you'll come up into your lunge position. We'll start with the arms up in the air. We're reaching and lengthening through the sides of the waist. Reach and spread through all 5 fingers, grounding down to the left leg, grounding down through the top of the right foot. From here, let's bring our hands onto our hips and draw the shoulder blades together. Lift through your heart. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together, but we're not bending back here. We're just lifting. So the hands are wrapping around the legs, but if that doesn't feel good for the wrists, have your palms on the sacrum. Engaging that right sit bone, and then feel for lifting your back of your ribs away from your sacrum so you make space in the spine. On your exhale, you're going to release. Bring your right hand onto the floor or your right hand onto your block or your book. Tupperware box, probably not so good here because maybe you might move too much force through it. And then inhale, reach your left arm up into the air. I guess it depends on how, how strong your Tupperware box is. Reach and lengthen through the left fingertips. If you're shoulder sensitive today, bring your left hand onto your lower back. Let's take another large breath in here. Feel your heart expanding, your arm lifting all the way up. And on the exhale, you're going to bring your left hand to the mat, move your block to the side, bring your palms to the floor. Step your left leg back. On the inhale, we're going to extend our right leg back, toes point to the mat. Exhale, bring the left arm forward. Belly draws in. Place the hand and then the knee on the mat. Inhale, slide your right leg back, keep your pelvis level, and then exhale, let your right arm come forward, belly hugs in. Place the hand and the knee on the floor, and then bring your right foot forward. Have your block handy for when we do this twist on the other side. As you inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Reach and lengthen through both sides of your waist, lengthening all the way out, and then engaging that back thigh muscle to really feel this whole frontal hip start to open. One more long breath in here. On your exhale, bring your hands onto your hips, open the chest. So we're not going into a back bend, but we're lifting and lengthening, and we're trying to use our hands to stabilize the pelvis so that we can lift our ribs away from our hips. So we're finding a lot of length through the spine. Exhale, bring your left hand to the floor or onto a block. Keep pressing through your left leg and your right leg. Inhale, right arm up. Reach and lengthen all the way through the fingers on the right hand to lengthen and open the rib cage towards the sky. Perhaps you might have your right hand on your sacrum, especially if there's any sensitivity with shoulders. And as you focus here today is really getting into and opening our heart a little bit, and our compassion comes from an open heart. When we can be compassionate and kind, we can do that not just to ourselves, but we can bring that to others. On your exhale, you're going to bring your hand to the floor, move your block to the side. And then we'll do one more round of our arm and leg lifts. Inhale, right leg back, toes point to the mat. Exhale, bring your left arm forward and draw the belly muscles in. Place the hand and the knee on the floor. And then inhale, extend the left leg back, toes point to the mat. Exhale, right arm forward, belly hugs in. Release your hand and knee to the floor. And then come to sit. From here, we're going to move on to our back for back release pose, and we'll also be working into spinal twist. The blanket is for some of us, when we come into spinal twist, the legs don't quite stay together, and so having a little rolled up blanket in between the thighs when we get there can be really useful. So come to lay down. And then once you're lying down, you're going to take your left ankle on top of your right leg. And just from here, you're going to pick that right foot up and you're just going to pulse a couple of times. We did this, I think, on day one. So we're going to pulse just a couple of times. And then after a couple of times pulsing, you're going to hold it here. Take the hands behind the back of the thigh. Now, if this doesn't work for you, you can use the blanket that you have. So you could take your blanket behind the leg and just use your blanket. So you're just kind of holding there, and that way your shoulders can relax. Or you can place your right foot against your wall. Let's take another deep breath in here. On the exhale, release. Place both feet flat on the floor. Switch sides. Take your right ankle onto your left leg. Bring your legs in, and we're going to pulse for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to hold the back of the left leg and drawing that leg in towards us. On the exhale, let's release the legs. From here, you're going to draw your legs back in towards you. So thighs towards the belly, take your knees to the right, extend your arms out. And this is where a little bit of padding sometimes in between the thighs can really help. So you can kind of roll your blanket up and squeeze that between your legs if you need to. Have your arms in a cactus position to open the chest. So especially when we're sitting at home on our computers all day long, opening our chest is really, really important, so that we can get or release the tension from the back of the body, the upper back. One more big breath in here. And then bring one leg back to center, and then bring the other leg back. Keep drawing your legs in, lower your knees over to the left, take your blanket with you if you need it, and then have your arms in a cactus shape. We'll take 4 deep breaths here to really feel the right side of your chest expand, reaching and lengthening through your hips, moving your hips away from your waist. 2 more. One more. Release your roll from between your legs. Bring one leg back to center, then the other, hugging in. Option to just place your feet on the mat. Let your knees flop in or straighten your legs. If you'd prefer to finish sitting for a meditation, you can come up to sit. So 3 options. Close your eyes, whichever version you take. So whether you're lying or whether you're sitting, your eyes are closed. And take a moment to tune into your heart. And you might even feel your heart beating in your chest. Maybe you just get a sense of where the heart is, where it lives in your body. And then allow yourself to take in also the sensations of the lungs breathing. And then allow yourself to take in a moment where you brought compassion to a situation. So you were able to be compassionate either to yourself or someone else in a situation. And just notice how that felt to be compassionate, to bring that compassion in. Maybe you were kind to a friend who was in need. Maybe someone was kind to you. Maybe you just listened to someone who needed you to listen to them. But notice what that exchange was like, that connection. Whether it was with yourself or someone else, of listening or being present, doing something kind. And compassion doesn't mean that you are giving up or not trying, but compassion means that you are learning to listen to your needs. Compassion means that you are acknowledging when you're struggling and asking for help. Compassion might mean learning how to take care of yourself, maybe going to bed early when you need it. And then choose one thing that you will do today as an act of kindness for yourself. So maybe you'll give yourself a foot massage tonight, have a hot bath. Maybe you will go to bed early. But something that will bring kindness to you, that will be an act of kindness for yourself in support of yourself. Bring your palms to your heart center and choose how you want to feel today. What is the word that is going to guide you through your day? What are the words or the word that you need to hear and be reminded of in your day to help support every single action, every single encounter, and every single moment in your day? Thank you. Thank you so much for making it to day 5. Absolutely amazing. I have really, really enjoyed these practices. And I love that we can just take a small amount of time to move and to breathe and just really listen in, because we are all going through, different things at different times. And part of this practice is really just listening, to be present, to have the awareness, and to be able to act in a way that supports what you need on any day. As always, thank you so much for sharing how you felt after the practice and kind of any insight that you took away. It is really amazing for me to hear that feedback and just to connect with you, even if we're not seeing each other face to face. Thank you.